Florida, I don't know. Where should we start? Start with a positive. The defense played better. I did not think Florida's defense was going to show up. I thought Beatty, I call him Batty. I thought he was going to run over all over Florida. He really didn't get rolling until late the third quarter. I know that statistically he had I think he finished right around 150 yards. He almost had 30 touches, but he really didn't have anything going big play wise until late in the third quarter, fourth quarter, and then what he did in overtime. Missouri misses the field goal with just over a minute. Dan Mullen has the ball, 104 left at his own 30. You need to go 40 yards to kick a field goal to win the game. And Emory Jones goes handoff, 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 punt. That pretty much needs to tell you anything that happened. And that tells you everything what's wrong with Dan Mullen, how much confidence he has with Emory Jones, how much confidence he has in the offense. He basically just threw the white flag up. He was the trainer in the boxing match that threw in the towel and just said, "Now we're playing not to lose. We're not playing to win. We're playing not to lose." It's pretty simple to me. And if you remember, Dan Mullen did the same thing when we played Kentucky late in the first half, except Florida had 155 left with, I think, 2 or 3 timeouts. And what they do, run, didn't take it, didn't even attempt to throw it, didn't attempt to take a chunk shot, nothing. Just, let's take to the half. We're good where we want to be. And that was that. And then Florida loses by 7. You have a chance to win the game and you didn't do anything. That's inexcusable. Throughout the show, I wrote some notes. A guy that's been on the show here, Terry Norvell, he's the owner of College Sports Today. He hosts a show with 2 guys by the name of Shane Matthews and Steve Spurrier. And Steve Spurrier dropped I'm not going to say a bombshell because, I mean, it was pretty big what he said about Dan Mullen, what he heard and what's going around the Florida facility. Because remember, his offices are right by Scott Strickland and Dan Mullen. So I'm going to talk about that in a little bit after we talk a little bit about the Florida game. But Florida's defense played well. No sign of Anthony Richardson. Why? I don't know. Again, second week in a row where he's been healthy, he's been able to play, he's been dressed, and no sign at all whatsoever. I don't even know any of the stats that Florida had. It doesn't really matter because, I mean, you score 1 touchdown in 4 quarters. As I'm trying to pull it up after I say it doesn't matter. Your defense holds the other team to 16 points, and Missouri team that's not that good. And Missouri is bowl eligible before Florida is. Florida finishes the 2021 season with 2 SEC wins. Think about that. Florida went from almost beating Alabama in the SEC title last year. Florida went from the first month. This is the Florida team that almost beat Alabama and also beat Tennessee pretty good. They beat Tennessee by 20. I think it was 24 to be exact. I think it was like 38-14, something like that. This is the same Florida team. And this is the same Florida team that was double-digit favorites against LSU, against Samford that didn't cover, against South Carolina. And they were 9.5-point favorites tonight. It depended on when you saw the line. It opened at 7.5. I saw it. I got it at 9.5. I bet Missouri outright because I know Florida. Florida's not going to win by 9.5. I bet Missouri to win outright. Got a little jump. Not the kind of guy to brag or bring attention to myself. And then you were an 8.5-point favorite against Kentucky. That pretty much shows you what Vegas thinks. They thought Florida was big favorites against all those games, and you lost all those games again, except for Samford. Dan Mullen didn't talk after the game. The press conference is always done through Zoom, and then so for the people that don't know, that never use Zoom, you join, you log in, and there's a link. You click the link, and you usually mute yourself. Well, apparently someone in the media didn't mute themselves, and there was TV noise in the background, and Dan Mullen was there for like 30 seconds and then just left. So I think, and I don't really blame him with everything that's going on. He'll just have to answer more questions come Monday afternoon at 1 o'clock with this presser. So yes, thanks Jeff for dropping that comment. So Mullen, that was his press conference. It was a minute. It was a total S show, and then he just left. Pretty much what Florida season's been so far.